Mrs. North, I'm very sorry for your loss.
We have 3 suspects in custody, but they're all linked to the Garcia cartel.
No witnesses have been willing to step up.
These cartels are no joke. They've got everyone in their pockets.
You've been through a terrible tragedy. Maybe you didn't see what you think you saw.
What was the most challenging thing about being Riley North?
Oh my gosh, everything was challenging about being Riley North. It was really hard. Staying in the place emotionally that I needed to stay to make the dramatic scenes work, but then also to make sure that the action scenes were as full as they needed to be. That was what was so hard, I think.
Why was this movie different from all the other kick-ass girls you played before?
This movie is rooted in motherhood. It's rooted in the deepest feelings you can possibly have. And it harnesses those feelings, and it harnesses the rage that can come from your family being wronged, and then the kind of the complete eye-opening thing that can happen if the system really lets you down. And it takes all of that and turns this woman into an efficient, lethal weapon.
So it's also well known that you like to do your own stunts.
Yeah.
So how did you train for this movie?
I trained really hard. I knew that I was going to need to, because it is incredibly important to me to do my own fight scenes. And the reason that it's so important is that I see them as scenes in the movie. They're not, you don't just get to the fight scene and have the stakes be so high and then disappear while someone else does them for you. You have to fight with your whole being in order for the action of the movie to really keep moving forward. So I trained by, I trained with a lot of dance with Body by Simone. She has an app that you can follow along and do the same things we did. And then I boxed every day as well, and I did Krav Maga. But this is a different kind of fighting than I'd done before. It was less balletic. It was less, there weren't pretty kicks. It was much more down and dirty.
What would you say to every woman that's been scared to speak their mind out?
Find an ally, because it's easier even if you just have one person on your side. Find someone to be on your side and stand next to them and say what you need to say.
Okay. Well, and what was the most difficult part of returning to action movies for you?
Gosh, just physically sustaining the level of fighting night after night and day after day was very, very hard. And getting back into weapons training, which I hadn't done in so long, and this was a whole other level than I had ever done before, even more than The Kingdom, or even more than, I did everything. I did knives, I did kind of everything on this film.
What would be the message you would give all the women that watch this movie?
It is a fun movie. It's like a fun movie that if you wanted to go with a group of girlfriends, or one of the critics who saw it last night said she's going back with her mom and her grandma, because it's the kind of movie that, people stand up, at least in the couple of audiences we've had so far, they cheer at the end because it's so fulfilling in that way, I hope that people continue to feel that, and that wasn't just a 2-time thing. So, yeah.